guys, before we get started with this video, I would just like to say if you're enjoying my content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and give that notification bell a big ol' smack for me. It helps the channel out a lot. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. Okie dokie, so in the last episode, Reading Your Comments 14, I had so many comments to get through because I hadn't done a Reading Your Comments video in so long, so I had a lot of comments to get through. So many, in fact, that I couldn't get through them all. That's right, I couldn't even get through them all. So, yeah, I couldn't fit them all into that video, so we're probably going to be spending most of this video going through the comments I couldn't fit into last time. Not only that, but I actually have to read the comments that came after that video as well. So, yeah, there is a lot of work to be done here. This is probably going to last into Reading Your Comments 16. Oh my gosh. So, since we've got so much to do, let's jump right into it. I showed this video to my dad, and he said, "Is this Minecraft?" No, my good sir, you are mistaken. What you're looking at right now is Minecraft. What you're looking at on the screen right now is Minecraft. What I'm playing on screen. I wonder how often Roblox and Minecraft get confused for one another by people who don't really know either of them. I wonder how often that happens. And you know, like I mentioned last episode, I am very interested to know what parents think of my content. And apparently a parent out there thinks when I was playing Roblox, I was playing Minecraft. So, you know, there you go. The dislikes are probably from Pastries admins. I see these kind of comments all the time. They're one of the most common ones I get, that, oh, the admins at whatever game I made a video at are probably disliking, or the dislikes are from there, or they're from the workers of the game. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some cases where the admins and workers leave dislikes, but believe it or not, more times than not, a lot of times when I make videos at places, the people that I troll think it's funny. Like, I've seen many comments of admins saying, "Oh wow, you know, I was the guy that banned you," or "I was the guy you were talking to, and man, you know, this is kind of funny." So, I don't know why people always make the, well, I do know why, but people a lot of times will make the assumption that the dislikes are from the admins, or that the admins always hate seeing trolling videos. But, I mean, if you saw Connect the Dots, you'll know that, you know, sometimes these games actually do like the trolling videos that take place there. It's just that they have to be professional in-game, but when they're, you know, in YouTube comments, they don't need to be professional. So, you know, so, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't doubt if there's been cases where the places I've trolled at left dislikes. I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't think it's every single time. In fact, I think more times than not, they don't leave dislikes. Barney, you got a staff member demoted due to their behavior, and the other one quit his job due to hate messages. May you say in your next video to never send hate messages? You know, I put the disclaimer at the beginning of every single video, saying please do not send hate to anyone featured in this video. Thank you. I put that at the beginning of every single video. Now, I like to think that stops most people from sending hate, but it unfortunately won't stop everyone. I wish it would, but it doesn't, because some people will just do it anyway. They'll act on their own accord and be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm gonna go mess with this person in DMs or whatever. So, I really wish this kind of thing wouldn't happen, but it unfortunately does happen. But, you know, I'll say it, since this commenter wants me to say it. You should never, ever send hate to somebody. There's no reason to do it, man. There's no reason to do it. Like, I don't even remember what that admin did in that video, but whatever they did, it's not worthy of them getting harassed to the point that they had to quit their job. Like, I don't care what they did in that video. That's not okay. You shouldn't do that. So if anybody out there is involved in this kind of behavior where you're, like, going into staff's DMs or just, like, just being rude to them in general, please stop doing that. I do not support that kind of behavior, and if you're going to do that kind of behavior and you're not going to stop, please unsubscribe. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you participate in this kind of behavior, I don't want you in my community. I really don't. Like, just hit the unsubscribe button if you're not going to stop doing this, alright? Because you're not welcome in my community if you're going to do that. Let's make that very clear right now. When we say stop, we mean stop. please stop, and I will report this video to our admins of Pastry's Bakery. And I said, please do. I'd like to see their reactions, lol. And then someone else says, don't worry, we've seen the video and it's quite funny. The girl with the snake's hair found your snake hair joke quite hilarious. We admins are cool about this. I think that screenshot's a perfect example of what I was just talking about. How some admins and workers of these groups are like what a lot of you guys assume, where they absolutely despise trolling videos and will leave a dislike on them. But then there's also some that don't find it horrible and will actually enjoy it and leave a like and be like, you know, this is kind of funny. I'll leave a like on this and maybe subscribe to this channel. I think that's a perfect example right there of both sides of it. So, there you go. Barney says hi in caps, Solera Hotels, and I took that personally. You know, Solera Hotels is nowhere near the only group on Roblox that gets angry about a caps abuse, but for some reason, they're my favorite place to go to when it comes to, you know, cap abuse trolling. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because of the fact that they have handcuffs and they're just not afraid to use them, and how they'll start cuffing you at 2 warnings instead of 3, which is kind of ridiculous. But, you know, they're very, very cuff happy over there, and that's probably why, because it really doesn't take much. Even if you order properly, if you do it in all caps, they're still gonna cuff you, which is pretty much what this comment was saying. Why is Barney's mic so loud?
My mic is loud? Whatever gave you that idea? I try to be very subtle in the way I talk, you know? Like, I try not to make too much noise with my videos because I don't want to upset my neighbors or anything like that, you know? Like, I know I'm loud when I say, order properly, but, you know, other than that, I mean, I don't think I'm that loud. I don't know where you're getting that idea from, man. I'm very quiet, subtle, and reserved. You have no idea what you're talking about, my dude.
Bro, stop screaming. Me? Screaming? What are you talking about? I don't scream! I don't do that! Okay, that was unnecessary. Why did I think Barney was about to start singing about table rights? Because, my dear friend, I was. Table rights given to us by our government. But the cafes don't respect them. So we fight till the end to get our table rights. I don't know. Maybe I should make a song about table rights, or maybe you guys could. Hey, if anybody out there is good at writing songs, maybe make a song, an original song, or maybe even a song parody about table rights. Come on, there's got to be somebody out there who could do that, right? Or maybe I will. Who knows? We'll see. Barney, I have a quote for you. The customer is always right. That is correct, my friend. In customer service and retail, that is something you unfortunately have to follow. The customer is always right. However, I've actually brought that up at games before, or did I see other people bringing it up? I don't know. It was a while ago, so I don't know if I was doing it or someone else was doing it. But somebody brought that up to a cafe admin, and they said, not always. Interesting. Ain't it? Okay, but I don't understand how you are an older person and you are doing this. So, I'm gonna imagine you're assuming I'm an older person based on the sound of my voice, right? Like, based on my voice, you can tell that I am very obviously not prepubescent. Like, I am very obviously not in pre-puberty stages. You can very, very easily pinpoint that. And, you know, that I spend a lot of time trolling. Maybe not a lot of time, but I spend time trolling. Now, I could see that being a problem if it was the only thing I do. If I spent my entire life just trolling, I could see that being a problem. But first and foremost, this is my job. So I think that I have a little bit more leeway when it comes to that, because it's what I am paid to do. So it's productive, because I am giving advertisers a platform to advertise their product. That's what monetization is. I'm giving companies ad time, which helps them, you know? And it makes me money, so it helps me. So I would say it's productive for me and for the companies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for the companies, it's not all that productive, getting like a few seconds of ad time on a small YouTuber's video. It's like, Not a ton productive for them, but it's still productive, even if it's in a minor way. You know what I'm saying? And number 2, I don't spend all my time just trolling. I do other things. You know what I'm saying? It's just trolling happens to be one of those things. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I have a passion for doing this, and this is what makes me happy in my life, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody while doing it, because I know that sometimes people do get hurt, unfortunately, because of my content, but it's never my intention for that to happen. That happens because people will use my content as an excuse to do bad things sometimes. But that's not, that's not intended when I make videos. Like, I don't make videos and be like, oh yes, this person banned me, so I am going to make their life a living nightmare. I don't do that. Like I said, I put the disclaimer in there to not send hate and stuff. So it's never with the intention to hurt anybody. So if I'm doing what I love doing, and it's productive for me, and I'm not doing it to try and hurt anybody, I don't see any problems with that. Whether I'm an older person or not, I don't see a problem with that. I don't think age really has much to do with my work here. I really don't think it has much to do with it. And if you think that I'm a loser because I do what I do, then hey, you're free to think that way, I suppose. But, it's productive. It's productive what I'm doing. It's weird to say that. I'm being productive by trolling. It sounds so weird to say out loud, does it not? You're like the 1% of germs that hand soap doesn't kill, Unknown Darkness 7. Somebody needs to make that a t-shirt. Like, I just think that's such an amazing quote. You're like the 1% of germs that hand soap doesn't kill. Or better yet, somebody wears a shirt saying, I am the 1% of germs that hand soap doesn't kill, right? I just think that would be an amazing t-shirt. Somebody needs to do that. If there's any clothing companies watching this video, which I doubt, but if there are, please make that. I would buy that. 100% I would buy that. Would you guys buy it too? Let me know in the comments. Day 1 of suggesting this. Become an HR or MR and troll the trainees. This is a very common request that I'll get. And that does sound like a lot of fun. I will not lie to you. But how would I obtain that said HR or MR rank? How would I do that? Because I don't have time to dedicate to ranking myself up in these groups. I have to spend time recording, editing, doing my other personal activities. Like I mentioned in a previous comment, I don't spend all my time doing trolling. I have other things I need to do. So how would I obtain these ranks? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know how I would be able to do it. But if I was able to do it, it would be great. It would be a lot of fun. Will you open another Discord server? The age-old question. Barney, when's the Discord server coming back? Or Barney, are you gonna make another Discord server? The amount of times I've answered this question is just... oh my gosh. I've probably answered this question in this series multiple times before. No, I am not going to be making another Discord server. At the very least, not anytime soon. People always ask me, why did you delete your Discord server? What happened to it? Why is it not coming back? It was deleted because, unfortunately, people just caused drama in there. It was the bad apples that ruined the fun for everyone. And it made it so difficult to moderate. So difficult to moderate. I had, myself and 3 other people with admin permissions in the Discord server. And before anybody says, oh, hire new moderators, I've said it a million times, I have very bad trust issues. So I can't just pick some random person and give them moderator permissions or admin permissions, because I won't be able to trust them with it. It got so bad to the point where, I had to be watching the server almost, 24/7 when I wasn't recording. And it's like I said, I can't spend every moment of every day doing trolling activities or, activities related to this YouTube channel. I spend a lot of time relating to this YouTube channel, sure, but I can't spend every moment of every day on it, you know what I mean? The server would be connected to the channel, right? So it was just impossible to moderate. It was a huge burden to moderate. That's why it's gone, and why it's probably never going to come back. Because, well, this community has grown a ton since the Discord server's been gone. So if I thought there was too many people to moderate back then, it's going to be even worse now if I was to open a Discord server, because there's more people in the community now that I'd have to watch. You know what I'm saying? The grand majority of you guys, 98% of you guys, I think are good people and would behave in there. But it's just the 2%. the bad apples that ruin the fun for everyone. That's unfortunately how it works, and it's just impossible to moderate. And I don't know. I just don't see myself ever opening another Discord server. As much as I would love to, though, because it was so much fun interacting with you guys directly. It was so much fun. But the only way you can do that now is just by tweeting to me. That's really the best way you can interact with me now, is tweeting to me on Twitter. Just tweet to @BarneyHunter12 on Twitter, and I will see your tweet. I will 100% see your tweet. I may not immediately, because I may not always be on Twitter when you tweet at me, but believe me, I will at the very least like your tweet. So, there you go. Your trolls are so creative. How do you come up with them? I don't know, man. I guess I'm just really good at thinking on the spot sometimes. And I do really mean sometimes, because there are some situations where I'm very bad at thinking on the spot, but I guess when it comes to creating creative trolls, creating creative trolls, I'm good at thinking on the spot. And, you know, I just sometimes will just think of the dumbest thing possible. Sometimes that's what it is. And sometimes it's just, like, thinking of things that I think would annoy the particular person that I'm trolling, or I don't know, man. It's just, they come into my head, and I'm like, hey, that sounds like a good idea, and I do them. It's just as simple as that. You just gotta learn to think on your feet, folks. You gotta learn to think on your feet. Cafe admins are literally hypocrites. They correct other people, but when you correct them, they get mad. And then this person replies saying, if your college professor corrects you, but you lecture them instead, and he gets mad, is it any different? Try correcting your teacher's grammar mistakes and see if they get mad. Try getting a job in real life, and if your boss makes a mistake and you correct all of them, let's see how fast you get fired. I do understand this argument. I do understand it. For those who aren't getting it, basically he's saying that the admins are the bosses, and it would be no different than if you were at a real-life job and you were trying to correct your boss, and your boss would probably get angry and either punish you or straight up fire you. Now, I get that, and I think that is true to a degree, alright? I understand this person's viewpoint, and that's a viewpoint that I think most cafe games would use to defend why, admins correct other people but can't take being corrected themselves. However, there is a flaw in this argument, and let me explain this really quick, okay? So since you used a workplace as your analogy and your example to explain your side, I'll go ahead and add on to that. So let's get a setting here, okay? Let's say that we were in an office, okay? We have an office workplace. We have the regular workers that are usually at the desks, typing away. You have the person who manages that office building, and then you have the person who owns the entire building, okay? Let's say that the owner of the building has a certain rule that everybody who works there has to follow. Like, let's say, for example, it was something like, you always have to keep your workplace clean, no matter what. You have to keep it clean. If you have a mess that pops up in your area, you need to clean it up. And everybody has to follow this rule, okay? If the regular office workers follow this rule to a T, they keep their workplaces clean, they keep it spick and span, not a single thing of dust or food or anything. They may have a few messes here and there, but they pick up after themselves. But then you go into the manager's office, and it's a pigsty. There's papers everywhere, there's wrappers all over the place, it smells really bad, it just stinks really bad. Who's in the wrong there? Who is in the wrong there? The manager, right? So yeah, the manager is in charge of the workers, but don't you think those workers should call out this manager for not following their own rules? Maybe not to the manager's face, but maybe reporting it to the owner. Because I can understand why you wouldn't really want to go to the manager directly, and if you're going to, maybe not do it in a confrontational way. Just be like, okay, you tell us all the time to keep our places clean, and we do, but then we look at your office, and it's just a pigsty. Maybe not say that, maybe just say, your office is not really the cleanest, maybe something like that. Like, I get it, alright? Maybe not saying it directly to their face, but I think that if there's a rule set in the workplace, everyone has to follow it. Everyone. Whether you're a manager, whether you're just a regular worker, or whoever you are, you need to follow that rule. Doesn't matter what rank you are. So believe me, I get it, you have to respect your bosses, and all that. But, like I said, if there's a rule in the workplace, it applies to all. Whew, so there you go. So, it's getting pretty late into the video now, so I think that's where I'm going to call it quits for now. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe, and if you want a chance to be featured in the next Reading Your Comments video, well, leave a comment. That's the only way you're going to get in. Now, obviously, I can't fit everybody in, but I will get as many people in as I can. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for updates as well, twitter.com/BarneyHunter12. Make sure to check out the community tab for updates about things. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.